I'm ready, brother.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of VolxUp, an MVE podcast brought to you guys every Sunday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We are back, baby. Now, I know you're wondering who is this amazing gentleman right beside me, right? We're rocking this amazing jersey. Well, today is the start of our just highlight of our not only Brawlhalla orgs, because they're definitely bigger than that, but definitely I would say one of those top orgs within the community that do a lot, bring a lot of positivity and all that stuff to the community. So with us today, we do have SIB and Carlito. Carlito, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone out there watching, and thank you for tuning in to MegaVolx's podcast. My name is Carlito Bra, the one and only founder / owner of Esports SIB Pearpot. Thank you so much for having me today, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome. And thank you so much for actually being willing to come on this podcast. I think it's very important for the community to really just listen to what these orgs really stand for, what they do, and then the future plans, right? Because you guys are here for a reason, and we're going to hear about that reason later on. But I think it's just very important to really educate the community. That way we don't have questions of, well, what does SIB do? Or what does SIB stand for? They can go ahead and really hear from that creator. So thank you guys once again so much for tuning on in and really listening to this podcast. We are going to go ahead and get started with some amazing questions, but before we do that, I do want to mention just a couple of house cleaning rules. keep it positive on the chat. We do have moderators out there. We want to make sure that we maintain, that positivity in here. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We may or may not be able to answer them for you. Otherwise, hey, BCX 2023 was just announced today. If you haven't signed up, make sure you sign up. I already signed up, so I'll see you guys there definitely. But before we do get started with these questions, Carlitos, is there anything you want to add or anything you want to say to the chat before we get started?
Hey, I just want to thank you guys for putting this podcast out for the community, man. I think it's so important that we reach back to the community. And again, like you said, just really let them know what we have going on and what we planned. You know what I mean? The one thing that what some people might not notice about these Brawlhalla Esports orgs is nothing we do is revolved around us. Everything we do is for the community, to the community, and to give back. So what you're doing with this podcast is so dope. I love it. I can't wait to tune in every Sunday to just hear what you got going on and your special guests. So before we get started, I just have to say thank you, man. Thank you.
Hey, and thank you once again. And then you could also catch this podcast, guys, later on. If you don't catch it live, it will be on Apple Music, will be on Spotify, and it will be on Amazon podcast as well. So just make sure you look for VolxUp, and you can go ahead and share it with the homies that missed it, or maybe you want to go ahead and share it with a family member, whatever it be. Or maybe you get that question, who is SIB? Go ahead and send them that link.
Send them that link, man.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. We always love to hear about those beginnings, right? Because everything starts with an idea, a little seed that you want to plant. So right now, what I really want to hear is tell me a little bit about you and the experience you have with esports overall.
Okay, so a little bit about me, man. My name is Carlito Brawl, man. I'm Puerto Rican, if you didn't know. I hail out of Cleveland, Ohio, man, born and raised. I'm actually certified in radio. I have a radio certification. I went to school for a couple years to be on the radio. So I'm supposed to be on the radio, but I found a different route with the esports scene. Something a lot of people don't know about me is I'm a huge Marvel nerd, bro. I have a really high IQ, a higher IQ than I should have about Marvel. It's literally my life. Marvel and Brawlhalla run my life, man. But when it comes to esports, it's so my experience with esports, I've only been in the esports scene for a year. I've been in the Brawlhalla community for 2 years. I joined the Brawlhalla community on Twitter, of course, to just to find people to play with, and then that's how I came across the whole esports scene. I've never played a video game in my life until about like 2 years ago, I would say. I used to play the video games when I was younger, and then I grew up, got older, and I just steered away from them. I found Brawlhalla. It's so crazy that Brawlhalla is really the game that just got me into the whole scene. So when I joined the scene and I seen there was these organizations and these players, and these orgs are taking care of these players, and these players are going out and securing the bag, I'm like, man, I have to be a part of that. So that's pretty much how I got into the whole esports scene.
Man, that's phenomenal to hear, because people always have these different stories of whether, hey, when I was 4 years old, I remember playing this game with my brother or my sister or whatever it be. But everyone starts somewhere, and it's just always nice to hear that. But, you coming into the Brawlhalla scene, just like you said, hey, there was all these orgs, they were taking care of players, they were, these players were getting the bag. When did it hit you? When did it hit you? Hey, I need to go ahead and create this organization because I feel like I can make an impact. So my next question is, what is SIB? Tell me about the origins of SIB.
Okay, so SIB stands for So Icy Boys. SIB, SIB, So Icy, whatever you want to call us. We have many names. So that's what SIB stands for. Now, how we started is a real special story to me. So like I said, I joined the Brawlhalla community about 2 years ago on Twitter, and I met 4 dudes. Okay, that's my boy Rube and 3 other dudes who unfortunately they didn't see the vision. They're no longer with us, and that's completely fine. But it was just 5 of us, and we was a PlayStation clan. That's it. We was just 5 homies who jumped into PlayStation together. We played every single day for days on end. And I'm like, fuck it, we're the So Icy Boys. That's us. We the So Icy Boys. That's our team. That's our clan. So, and then, like I said, I started seeing all the esports organizations and what they were doing for their players. So I'm like, why don't I just turn this clan into an organization? So it started off with a group of 5 homies, and now we just spread out. We've done had over 100+ members. We've done had
Woo.
some of the best players play for us. So we just went from a small team of homies into something that's just way bigger than ourselves, man.
That's great to hear, because it always starts that way, right? You start doing something, you're like, man, we're having so much fun. This is just, just some brotherhood type of stuff, and we really want to take it to the next level because we enjoy this, we enjoy the positivity, and we want to spread that, right? So, and the thing about people coming in and out, some people come in, they add a little bit, and it grows, and then they go somewhere else, and I think it happens with every org, but the main thing is staying positive and really keeping those points that people bring in and using those building blocks to continue to build. But I am going to dig a little bit deeper into these origins, though, because even, and this is not with all organizations, I look at mine and our symbols and everything, we have a lot of meaning behind them. So I really want to dig into your logo. Tell us about that logo, because it's amazing, man. I love the logo. Every time I go on Twitter, man, and there's like a new graphic made with that logo on, I'm just like, damn, it just like pops out. You have to stop and look at it. So talk a little bit more about that logo.
So this logo, we started off with a snowflake logo, a simple snowflake logo, and that represented our community.
Yep.
Because before we had our community separate from our esports team, because the community has always been an important part to us. So at first we had a snowflake, and the community carried the snowflake. Then we had our elite team, and our elite team is who carried the Reaper. So it's I guess it's called a Snow Reaper.
Dude, that's sick though.
So, yeah. So actually, shout out to the Moonlit Knights. Okay, Moonlit Knights. One of the founders is Stargrazer. Stargrazer used to be a part of SIB. He put in a lot of work for us when he was a part of us, and he's actually the one who found the guy that made this logo. So we got to give our good shout outs to Stargrazer for that one, for this dope ass Reaper.
Yeah.
And then once we seen the Reaper, we just like, oh yeah, that's it. We're running with it right there.
No, hey dude, that's a wonderful story, and just like I said, man, people come in, they add stuff, and you guys keep it, and it just keeps building on. So I love hearing about that, and hey, once you put that up, I'm gonna have to get me one of those jerseys, man. Like you're gonna have to send me that link. You have to send me that link afterwards, so I can go ahead and get one of those jerseys. I love it,
bro. I'll make sure I get the Pear Pod exclusive, bro. I got you.
Thanks, man. All right, but yeah, those are the SIB origins. Do you want to add anything else about that? It sounds like once again the highlight PlayStation clan started off 5 guys, wanted to do something bigger, ended up creating this amazing organization, and then we obviously dug into those logos, which once again, guys, if you have not seen them, please check them out on Twitter. Those logos are amazing. Look at that. Oh yeah. Hey, when they unveiled the jersey, I always like looking at other organizations' jerseys, because you just get a lot of different ideas for maybe future use. But when I see you guys drop that jersey, I was like, okay, that's an epic jersey. I mean, I can't wait to see that at the LAN.
The first time I seen the jersey, I was blew away too, man. Shout out to Conspiracy, the president of SIB. He designed these jerseys himself, man. I didn't even see him. He sent me the finished product. He was like, this is what we're doing. I'm like, okay, let's do it. I love it. So thank you, man. I appreciate that. I definitely got to get me a VolxUp jersey too.
Oh, man. Yeah. So right now we've heard about the origins. We've heard about how you started in esports. But now that you have this amazing organization that is doing work, that is, placing top, that is in multiple games, not just Brawlhalla.
Yeah.
Now, what is the main goal of SIB?
So it's from the beginning, we've always had the same goal. It's to create a family. We want to build a bond where we want to create a community where we can push each individual to just be their best selves. It's not about who's the best player. It's not about who's going out and getting the top placements. I've never cared about that. What's always made SIB different, you know what I mean, from the others that have been here and left, is that we base ourselves around the community. We are a family. Like before anything, we are a family. So we should be able to handle these problems within each other. And handle it such as that. So our main goal, like our grand goal, has to just always build a community, because without your community, you're nothing. I don't care if you're going out there and getting 20 top placements. I don't care if you go out there and get 1st to 8th. place. If you don't have that strong community behind you, then who are you even doing it for? You know what I mean? So our grand goal has just always been to just build the best community, make it family based. We want everybody to feel at home. We want you to be safe. Like the SIB is just basically a safe haven for some people. You know, whether you deal with things like insecurities or social anxiety or things like that. We basically are just trying to help people come out their shells and become a better them.
Wow, that's amazing. And you know what? When I hear all this, even from the beginning to the end, it sounds like you guys kept that core root or that core purpose of the group, because it started off with 5 guys. You guys were all, kind of interconnected, really homies, gaming. It was a safe place, and y'all have just grown that. Y'all have expanded it. Now it's just not only for those 5, but everyone that wants to join SIB. And the proof is really in the moves that you guys are making. Number one, I would call this that you guys have a kind of like a varsity sector of your esports org that is for those top contenders, but you also have that community side of it. And a lot of organizations don't have that community side. They might have that pro side, great, and put all their eggs in that basket. But with you guys, I see you guys reaching out to those other individuals that might not be competitive, but might have a skill in another different place, or might just want to hang out with like-minded individuals. So just seeing that the moves that you guys are making, it really goes with the goals that you're talking about right now. So do you want to speak a little bit more about that division and how you create that kind of family atmosphere?
It's just, you have to make everybody feel at home, and it's hard. It's not easy. Trying to tend to 100+ different people's problems, making sure everybody has what they need. It's not easy, but if you're able to just, let this person know, if that person can confide in you, you have to build trust with that person. Just let them know, like, look, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we have to do. Oh yeah. I've lost so many people along the way. You know what I mean? Because they let go of the vision, or they forget what the main purpose is and things like that. So honestly, you just have to you got to stand your ground and stand on your roots. And every time you just got to remember why you started. Reach out to the community, reach out to new people, do things for the community that makes the community want to join, whether it could be as simple as Discord giveaways. What I mean? Everybody loves free stuff, you know what I mean? So it's like you just want to build something that it's just like just going out and just getting these people and letting these people know, like, hey man, this is a great place for you. We want to see you be your best, do your best. A lot of people don't experience that, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. So it's like you want your community to be the place where these people are like, man, I'm just gonna go hang out with the fellas. I'm having a bad day, and that's what it's all about. Like, it's so crazy. Like, so like now we have our staff team, and our staff team consists of the founder, the president, our graphic artist, our caster, and then we have 5 community leaders. The us 5 community leaders, we're literally best friends, bro. Like, I'm sure we don't even have IRL friends at this point. Like,
that helps, man.
It's like, so like, we're so tight knit, and like, we go to work and we're just like, man, I'm getting off to go hang with the fellas, man. I'm stressed. I'm going to go hang out with the guys. And then that's what it's about. If you build a place that people want to go to when they run to, or just where they want to escape to, man, and that's really how you keep the ball rolling, man.
Oh man. Hey, I'm telling you right now, hey, you selling me, man. Like, I kind of want to join SIB. No, man, that's really amazing to hear, because you do run into these other orgs that kind of take in individuals, they use them, they'll abuse them, and then toss them back out. And then those individuals have a sour taste in their mouth of, well, I really don't want to try another organization, or I don't even really care about video games. I'm done. I'm out of here. And when you have organizations like SIB that are willing to take in individuals to really help them grow and really give them a home, just like you said, that really not only helps your organization, but it helps the whole community.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, they have a positive outlook on organizations. They're like, I was an SIB, and yes, I ended up leaving, but man, that place was awesome. I had plenty of friends. They treated me well. They helped me grow. And now I might be even, going on to my second step in my professional career because of SIB. Yes. So that's just amazing to hear, bro.
That's enough payment for me, man. that's enough payment for me. That's enough payback for me. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm helping
Mm-hmm.
you and you're growing as a person, then that's all it takes for me, man. Honestly.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now that MegaVolx and SIB think pretty similar, and I love hearing that, man. I
I
really
know
do.
it.
So
I've always been a fan of MegaVolx, man. I've always loved what you guys did. You know what I mean? You were
yep,
never, you know what I mean? Like, you guys just always do your own thing. You
yep.
go in, you get your placements, you do what you got to do for the community. And that's what I'm a fan
No.
of, honestly.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you, Carlito. Now, this
Yes,
next
sir.
question, you can add as much detail as you want, or you can
Okay.
leave it as vague as you want, because it's really
Okay.
up to you. Now, let's say that I was in part of an organization and I was looking at SIB to join. What are the benefits of joining SIB?
So when it comes to benefits, man, everything is accustomed to each individual. Nobody has the same needs as the next person. You might join because you want to get better. This person might join because they want to get their flights paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This person might join because they just want a group of friends to hang out with.
Mhm.
This person might want to join because they want to get into content creation. So literally, like, and I said SIB has had over 100 different
Mhm.
members. Like, each benefit is accustomed to what you need
Yep.
exactly. So if you want to come in, you're looking to get coaching from one of our best players, you're looking to step it up, then that's what we'll offer you. If
Yep.
you're a content creator looking to come in and you need stream overlays, or you just need a push, or you need more viewers in your Twitch chat, then that's what we'll help you with. If you're a professional player getting top 8 every single time and you just want help with your flights, then that's what we can
Mhm.
help you with. So it's not like a set benefit skill
Yep.
list. Everybody has always had something different. Some people needed tournament bonuses to keep them going. Some people need just a group of people to
Yeah.
hang out with and laugh because they want to escape the real life. So
Yep.
it's just so much different benefits that come from joining SIB.
Oh yeah, and I agree with you 100%. And I think that is always the perfect answer. I mean, even if you look at collegiate, the scholarship offer is always really tailored to the needs of the player or the skill
Yes.
level of the player as well. So I really do think that's very important. MegaVolx is very similar in terms of what does this player need, and we're going to tailor the contract to their needs. And one contract is not going to look the same as another one. And I think that is very important. I think there's other orgs out there that might be bringing in individuals and offering the same thing, and that's great. That's awesome. But you never know. This guy might come in. He might be at the same level. Well, now he's getting what he needs, and now he's slacking off, right? Well, I already
Right.
got what I needed. I'm going to go ahead and kind of tone it down. I don't need to go 100%. So it just really depends on that skill level and what the player needs. So I think that's a perfect answer. And I really love that SIB is doing that, because you're going to be able to really meet those needs a lot better than just a general contract of, well, everyone gets this.
Right. And so yeah, it's that's something we had to learn the hard way, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? We at first, before, once we got it started, we were kind of just offering the same contract to our professional players.
Mhm.
They were all taking it, but they all just had different needs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not always about money, or it's not
Mhm.
always about skill, like, so that's just why we go about it that way. So it's like, when you fill out the application to join SIB, there's a specific section that says, well, what do you need from us? What would you like us to do?
Okay.
Like, what would you like us to do for you? And that's how we just get a ballpark idea of what we can do to help them.
I like that mindset. It's not what you can do for us. What can we do for you, right?
Exactly.
Love it. Love it. All right. Tell me about what are the current games that SIB is involved in?
So, as you know, of course, we started off as a Brawlhalla organization. I don't want to say Brawlhalla is our main focus, but it's more of like, I won't say it's our main priority, but of course, that's what got us to where we are. You know what I mean? So, we're sticking to our roots in
Yep.
Brawlhalla. The goal is to just grow the Brawlhalla esports community, but we are in different games. You know, shout out to Hardy MJ. A lot of people know Hardy MJ.
Oh yeah. Woo.
He's dominating the Street Fighter 6.
Woo.
He's popping off right now. He's an up and coming player, and he's going to be labeled as a pro real soon. He just won 3rd place in the Chipotle Challenger Series.
Yep.
That is to go to Evo. You know, Evo is sponsored by Chipotle this year. So he took 3rd place, man. $2,500 prize pool. He got like a Chipotle gift card. So we're in Street Fighter. I'm actually building a Rocket League team right now.
Ooh.
You need 5 people to start a Rocket League team. I have 2. So you need 3 players. You need 3 players, a coach, and a sub.
Yeah.
So I'm still working on growing that, but right now we're just pretty much dominating in Brawlhalla and Street Fighter 6, man.
Yeah, and I saw that, man. And I'm glad that you brought that up. Hardy MJ coming on in, I think, really started off with SIB as a Brawlhalla player, but then that Street Fighter 6 came out. That man's crazy.
Yes,
I've seen a couple of his sets.
He's crazy. So he actually just lost to he lost to a player named Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're into the Street Fighter scene, Punk is one of the best of the best.
Oh yeah,
like he is literally one of the best. He's an established pro, I believe, from like Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, and he literally is like, oh, he's so good. And Hardy MJ literally almost beat him.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally on the edge of my seat, man. Like, come on, Hardy. But to see Hardy just do so well against established Street Fighter 6 players, knowing that he just jumped into the game, man, I have high hopes for him. So
oh yeah. I know.
You'll see us in the brackets real soon.
And that's the thing, man. You said it best. Just hopped into the game, and he's already doing this. So me too. I thought the same thing when I saw that 3rd place. He was a little bummed out. I was like, man, next time you get in first. I really thought that, man. I was just like, this Hardy MJ, when he puts his mind to it, he works. So,
he's a gamer, bro.
Oh yeah,
he's a gamer. He's a gamer.
So
yeah, shout out to Hardy, man. We love you, bro.
Yep, shout out Hardy. So you guys started in Brawlhalla, and you might have already mentioned this a little bit, but why? Why Brawlhalla? Is it just like, hey, I enjoyed the game so much that was the first game I wanted to go into?
Brawlhalla is the only game ever that I've ever put so much time into, bro. I've never been the type to grind one game, just work on one game. Like, Brawlhalla has had me in a chokehold since 2017, bro. Since 2017, Brawlhalla has had me in a chokehold. So, like I said before, from the origins was I started on Twitter just to find friends to play Brawlhalla with. You know what I mean? And then when I first found the esports scene, it was in Brawlhalla. So it was only right that we just stuck to Brawlhalla and ran with it. And once we started seeing the success and all the moves we made, there's no point in switching up. Of course, there's always room for you to grow in other games, but we'll never turn our back on Brawlhalla, man. Never.
Yeah, I think that's very important. And what I really like about Brawlhalla and why I think we do stay here is because they might not support organizations 100% or fully, but they support the community, and we're part of the community, so they're always willing to communicate with us. They're always willing to help us out with tournaments and things like that. So I think that's another big highlight of Brawlhalla and why we do choose to stay here, because there is a lot of positivity within the community and a lot of assistance, so that really helps. You go to other games, I mean, you try to enter the scene, there's really hardly any community support. So I mean, shout out to Brawlhalla and all the things that they're doing.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I mean? With the it's like with the success we seen in Brawl, we saw fit to just keep the ball rolling, you know what I mean? So in Brawlhalla, it was I won't say it's easy, but it's definitely a lot smoother than other games to build something. So it was the perfect stepping stone for us, man.
Perfect. Now, once again, this next question, you can add as much detail as you want. You can be as vague as you want. But what do you think about the state of Brawlhalla orgs? What do you think about right now? We're getting into those harder questions.
So, what the state of Brawlhalla organizations I believe that if we keep continuing to do what we do right now, the organizations that are in Brawlhalla, as well as I know, the org leaders and the owners, we keep in contact with each other. We let each other know when we have things going on, and and that's something that Brawlhalla has never witnessed with these organizations before. You know what I mean? They've dealt with organizations as big as Moist, all the way down to smaller organizations. So, like when I think about the state of Brawlhalla orgs, I just feel as if you, Global Breakout, Kingdom Org, excuse anybody else I forgot, Moonlit Nights, you know what I mean? If we can all work together and show BMG what we're
Mm-hmm.
doing, then I think they can get into orgs. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like they can actually start looking out for orgs more, because you cannot blame BMG. Like Brawlhalla and organizations in the past, it hasn't been nobody really sticks around. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Shout out to Global Breakout. They're 4 years running in the Brawlhalla organization. So it's like that's what we need. We need that time, and they just have to see us working together. And I
Yeah.
feel like if they see us all working together, not for us but for the community, then I feel like they'll be able to do something more for us, man.
I agree with you, and you know, I've been in the Brawlhalla scene for probably about 3 years, going on to 4. So I've really seen a lot of different things. I've seen orgs come in and go. You know, we've seen other orgs like Obey Alliance. I know Rectify Esports is still around, but they're a little smaller. I know Kanga Esports was really big in here. Obviously, Global Breakout has always been here for quite a bit. I mean, we even have Moist Esports though in here, and then of course the South American orgs like UNK Tech. We've had Tempo Storm here before and Team Rivals. So all these different orgs, but what you've highlighted is I feel like they've always been divided and they've never come together. So what they do is they come in, they pick up some players, they see a little bit of value, but they don't see enough value to really stick around, so they end up leaving, which once again leaves a sour taste not only in the community's mouth but as well as the developers' mouths. Why are we going to go ahead and support these organizations if they come in for a year and a half and then just leave?
Right, and then just leave.
We want orgs that are going to be here, they're going to be able to work together, and they're going to be able to create something. So I think you're the one that created that organization chat. I believe so.
It was Baron.
It was Baron. Okay, it was Baron.
Yes,
Shout out Baron then. Shout out Baron because
hey, we love you, Baron. We know I know you're watching, Baron. I love you, brother.
Yep. So I shout out Baron because I think that was the first step. That was the first step, getting everyone together and really opening communication, seeing, hey, what can we do together? Because I 100% agree with you. If the developers see, hey, these orgs are working together, they're doing positive things, well, then maybe they're more willing to not only assist us, but also create opportunities for us to do fun things. I mean, I've thought about org versus org crew battles, you know, them doing it on stream, one of their little short things for like an hour or two, and, you know, us being on there really highlighting the orgs, or maybe they get us involved with, what's it called, philanthropy, right? And maybe we do a stream all together where we're collecting donations, and that ends up helping, you know, an organization that we end up picking with the developers. But there's so many good things that we could do together. But
that's a good idea. I like that idea, bro. I like that, bro.
You know, getting some org members and maybe we join the developers and playing these different games. You know, who doesn't want to see Carlito on you know, playing Mario Kart against Photo, right? I mean, just think about those different things. But you know, there's a lot of ideas. But I agree with you. I think the developers are hesitant because they don't know how long we'll be here because of the past, and they don't see that collaboration. So step one, creating that chat, and I think step two, I think you're working on it with that Kung Fu tournament, and then we're doing something with this podcast, but coming together to do something for the community. Very important.
And something that's really dope is like, so someone, like you said, someone just had to take that initiative step. You know what I mean? So when Baron took full ownership of Global Breakout, the first thing I did was message him. I said, yo, you're the perfect guy for the job. If you need anything, just let me know. Please just let me know. If you need anything, any advice, you know, Baron's a smart guy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if you need anything, just let me know. And it was his idea. He said, look, let's just start a group chat with me, you, and the other owners. And like you said, that was the first step, man. So, and then now that we're taking these steps into doing things, that can cause other organizations to be like, okay, these guys got something going on. Now we have to get something going on. Nobody wants to be left out. So the good thing is I'm not saying it's like, it's not a game of catch up or follow the leader. In this instant, it's more of just, hey, we're all gonna do something that's gonna make it better for all of us.
Oh yeah.
So with the Kung Fu League, with these podcasts, you know, with what Baron is working on. Baron is working on something really dope. Baron's working.
He's cooking. He's cooking. That's
it.
That's all we got to say. That's
he has like this bot tournament coming up, and then each organization is going to pick 3 bots. You know what I mean? So the bots will pretty much just like go from their lore. So we picked, so the 3 legends that we picked were legends that have lore based around ice, because we're the icy boys.
That's
So
cool.
we got Mordex, who he stole that gauntlet and it gave
Yeah.
him the powers of ice. And we have Kaya, who's known for defeated the frost giants. I hope you're proud of me, Baron. I've been on my lore, bro. So we have these bots, and then each organization is going to pick a couple bots to represent in the tournament, and then the bots are going to duke it out. So we're going to see what org bot comes out on top. So I think that's something dope, again, that we're doing for the community and us to work together. So, we're waiting for Kingdom, we're waiting for Moonlit, and and we're doing it, man. We're really doing it right now, bro. I feel like right now is the best time for Brawlhalla Esports.
Oh yeah.
It's growing, it's becoming more big, and I feel like with your help, with Baron's help, with Kawix Knight help, then we're going to create something much greater than ourselves, man. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I love what I'm hearing, and I love these ideas. Shout out to everybody out there that is just making these things happen. And, of course, you guys out there in the community that support these events or support these ideas, you guys truly add to that value. So thank you guys so much. We definitely could not do anything without the community, and that is why we do these things for you guys. So thank you guys so much. Now, this next question, Carlito, I think we already dove pretty much into it, but I'm just gonna ask it just in case you want to add a little bit more. In a perfect world, how would these orgs work together to make the community even better? And I know you already mentioned a lot of stuff. This is just if you want to mention anything else.
It's like a perfect world is a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a long shot. But as long as we're doing what we're doing to take these steps, like just these small steps, like slow motion is better than no motion. You know what I mean? So like,
shout out slow motion.
Small steps. Yeah, shout out slow motion. Shout out our brother, man. He does a lot for the SIB community as well, man. He's real intertwined. He's a part of our family, man. We love you, Slow. Shout out to AJ Moore too, also another organizer with an organization, and he's doing his thing. So shout out to AJ and Slow. But it's like, for us, in a perfect, it'll never be a perfect world, but that doesn't mean that we can't aim to make it a perfect world. So if we just keep doing what we're doing right now, taking these small steps, as long as we're moving forward and not moving backwards, then that's good enough for me, man.
Yep. And once again, there was a lot of additional information before that question was asked. So once again, these podcasts will be there for you guys for later if you guys want to hear that. Now, this next question: if SIB had all the money in the world, what would you do with it, and why?
If we had all the money in the world, first thing I'm doing is buying BMG. No disrespect to anybody over there, but I love Brawlhalla so much that if I had all the money in the world, I'm owning it. I'm gonna own it. But just having that immense amount of money can do so much for us. It can do so much for the community. You know what I mean? Like making maybe lands free of admission. You know what I mean? Lands are free admission. Just get here, compete, and leave with your money. You know what I mean? I'd give Captain Legend a raise, bro. My caster, Captain Legend, I'd give him a raise, man. He did not tell me to say that, I swear. I'd give Captain Legend a raise, man. You know what I mean? But on a serious note, though, it's not really about the money. You know what I mean? It's about the people and the players. The money would be a bonus. You know what I mean? We can do so much. We can host lands all the time. Dude, if I had all the money in the world, I'd fly everybody who loves to BCX, bro.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I don't care. I don't care what y'all got going on, bro. Make it to BCX. It's free to get in the door. We're going to have a crazy party at the SIBNB, bro, and we're going to kick it, bro. But yeah, man, it's not about the money, though. It's a great question, though. Great question for sure. But it's about keeping everyone happy, man. Some money makes some people happy, so we'll be able to make some people happy. But it's so much things we could do if we had all the money in the world, man. But I'm telling you, I'm buying BMG, and if I'm feeling petty, I'm gonna buy Ubisoft too. I'm not playing no games. I'm gonna own the whole shebang, bro.
I was waiting for you to mention that you would buy an SIB house.
Oh yes! Oh my God, yes! Oh my God! At that point, it'd be anybody's house, bro. It doesn't even matter. Just come through, bro. But yes, I would buy SIB house. I would have to buy it in Atlanta, Georgia, as well, because
Yeah.
that's the home. That's the home base for BMG. So, wow, that's a good one. What about you? What would you do if you had all the money?
And I think you and I have very similar thought process. Everything that you mentioned, it was never for you. It was for
Right.
everyone else. I would do this for them. I would do this for that. I'm looking about the same thing. And just like I said, like our vision in terms of esports orgs are very similar. Like I really want to ensure that people leave better than they came in after they've come through MegaVolx, or that we allow them to take that next step in their professional careers. So I definitely would utilize it to really help our members in any a thing that they're doing. I mean, we have a couple of college students. Maybe I'd help out with tuition and things like that, get them through that, so they can take their next step. Hey, I'm right there with you with the casters. I have a really good YouTube manager and really good casters. I'd probably give them a raise so they wouldn't have to worry about anything as well. But overall, I would definitely take care of our members, and then of course the community. What can we do for the community? Right? Can we host bigger tournaments with bigger prize pots? That way, that money can definitely change their lives. Is it hosting tournaments that can go ahead and give prizing all the way to maybe even the 200th place? Right? You're entering a tournament, but you're still getting money, right? Having fun and still get paid. So I think I would do a lot for others. And I've always just been that way, and I think you're very similar, and that's why I really enjoy speaking with you, and I really enjoy what SIB has done, and I really do think you guys have a very phenomenal vision in mind. So
Thank you.
But with that being said, do you have any questions that you would like to add, or any other information that you would like to give to the public?
I want to know. A question I did have. I want to know what MegaVolx got going on. Is there anything you can tell the people at home or what you guys got working on? You got anything under the wraps? You got like something special you doing, or you're working on it? Like, what's up? Tell me what's up with. It's been about SIB. I want to hear about MVE, bro.
So there will be a VolxUp episode, Who is MVE, probably at the very end, where we'll probably bring in members and other members of the community. But I'm glad you asked that question. Now, I can't release information. I can tell you that I did meet with devs maybe about 2 weeks ago to start a partnership in a different sector of esports. This has been kind of locked in without releasing too much information. We will be announcing probably not next week, but the week after. We're creating a video though, because we want to make sure that all the information gets out and that you guys are able to understand everything. But what this thing is, it's a big deal, and they're looking at us to be just kind of like the leader in that. So we do have that going on with the developers in terms of there's something coming down the pipeline. It is a Brawlhalla tournament. That's all I can say. No more no more details. But otherwise, we do have this podcast going on. We a while ago, I think the last episode was in 2021. Too long ago. Episode number 3, and we decided that we were going to bring this back because we were in that chat with all the other esports organizers or all the esports leaders, and you guys continue to talk about, hey, we need to do this with the community. We need to, kind of bring these things back, things like that. And you guys really inspired me. I'm not gonna cap. I got in there. You guys were talking about all these different ideas. Hey, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm just like, what am I doing?
Yes.
I'm like, what am I doing? I got to get up. I got to get moving. I got to do it today. Yeah. So talking to a couple of, yep.
That's what it's about. Like I said earlier, it's not about playing catch up or doing anything. We're all on the same timing. Mm-hmm. We all have the same goals. We're all trying to hit the same peaks. So I love that you took inspiration from it, man. That's exactly what that was Baron's whole plan for the group, was to just get everybody in there and get involved, man. So I'm just glad it's working out, man, for real.
And just looking at all that you guys dropped on, like, we need to do something. So we started this podcast. We want to invite all the esports orgs to once again for you guys to really talk about what you guys do, what you guys are about, and what your goals are.
Yes. I love it, man. I think the podcast is a super dope idea, man. I hope you guys really stay on top of it. Keep putting these out. I'm going to make sure I tune into every single episode. I can't wait to see Baron on here, man. That's going to be a good one, man. I love that one. But yeah, seeing Senketsu on here, seeing Kawak Knight and Multibread and all the other organizations. It's going to
Yep.
be dope. I love this idea, man. I really hope you keep it going and just continue to grow and make it better each time, man.
Yep. I think we run in, and and I think other esports leaders can really talk on this, but I think sometimes we get into the groove of being trapped in IRL. Obviously,
Yes.
obviously, our organizations are not 100% all the time. We have our own lives. We have other things that we do. We have other hobbies. We might have relationships, friendships, things like that we also need to cater to. So sometimes I think I get stuck in that groove of, well, I have school, I have my job, I have to do this, and some things get kind of tossed under the rug, and it shouldn't be that way. So what we did probably within the last year is we really downsized. Even individuals that wanted to leave, we went ahead and let them leave. Of course, that's always a given. We want them to continue to grow, but we didn't recruit anyone else. And I get those messages all the time, like, "Hey, are you guys recruiting Brawlhalla players?" Especially from South America, because we have Power Ranger, so they know of MVE there a lot more than any other region. So I get those all the time.
Shout out to Power, much love.
Oh yeah, shout out Power Ranger, te amo mucho.
Yes.
So we've decided that we're not recruiting anyone else, and we're gonna go ahead and stay the size that we are, and maybe in a year or two we'll look at maybe expanding and growing. But what I don't want to do is bring people in and for them to have not a good time. I want them to come in and have a really good time, and if that means we're keeping it small, we're keeping it small.
And the strength isn't in numbers. If you have a small group of 10 people who all have the same goal and the same drive and the same ambition, that's way more powerful than 100 people where 50 of them are going to slack off. You know what I mean? So I definitely respect what you guys got going on. You know what I mean? Keeping it tight knit. And that's how you grow, man. That's how you rock it. That's how you skyrocket, bro. I would be nothing. SIB, you know what I mean? I make a lot of moves for SIB. I make the final decisions. But bro, every time I speak at SIB, I never say me. I say we.
Oh yeah.
And even though I'm the one that makes the decisions, I've run everything past my team, bro. And I've always been like that since day one. I believe that is what allowed us to get so far and to have so much success, is because it's never been a me thing. It's always a we thing. So it's like when you have people behind you who just believe in you and they have the same vision, and you just, like, my job is to make sure that they don't give up on the vision. You know what I mean? So if I keep them motivated and I keep them believing in me, then man, anything is possible, man. So I love what you're doing with your team, bro. And it's the future of esports for Brawlhalla is so bright, bro. You know what I mean? It's so bright because we have right now at this moment, we have people who really care. You know what I mean? We're not these other orgs who just come in here, sign 20 players, run out of money, and now they're out the door. You know what I mean? Like the orgs that are in Brawlhalla right now, all the orgs that I've named today, I love very much. You know what I mean? It's not about SIB, it's about all of us as a coalition. So,
hey, you know what, Carlito? You mentioning all that, I think 100% I agree with you. The state right now that Brawlhalla orgs are in, I think it's the best it's ever been. I mean, I see time and time again posts from you guys, from Kingdom, like all the different orgs. Hey, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're holding this, we're doing a podcast, we're doing that. Like, it's awesome to see, and you see it all the time. Man, toss me back 2 years or when Tempo Storm was here. I mean, you saw a little bit from Tempo Storm here and there, but besides Global Breakout, because they've been here for so long, you wouldn't really see much else, or you would see them come in and then leave. And right now, I think it is the perfect time. I 100% agree with you, and we have to take advantage of the time now, and I think we are.
Yes, I think we are. And I think the steps that each org is taking with working on something different, you know what I mean? And that's just the beauty of it all, is that we can all have the same goal, but execute it in different ways.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, man, that's what's best for us. We're trying to build our relationship with BMG, with the devs, where we want them to trust us. We want them to know, like, hey, we're here to stay. You know what I mean? So this is what we're gonna do, and eventually we're gonna get what we're working so hard for.
Oh yeah,
I promise you that.
Now, the last question that I have for you guys, or for you, Carlito, this is kind of like a fun question. Now, if SIB was a real person and attended a high school, with all the other orgs, and you're just one person, SIB is one person, and all the other orgs is just one person, describe to me, number one, what this SIB person would be like, and number two, what would be their favorite subject?
Wow, you did not give me that question. I did not prepare for that question. I did not. You just caught me off the wall. Okay. If SIB was in high school, what kind of person would they be?
Hey, here, let me give you a second. Let me answer it on my end, so I can give you a second to think about it. So if MVE was a person and they went to high school with all the other orgs, I feel like this MVE person would be their favorite subject would probably be what's it called? I don't even. Oh man. See, look, woodshop. There it is. Woodshop. Okay. Sorry, I haven't had that class in so long. Woodshop.
Always creating.
Yes, because we're always creating. We're always thinking about different things. We look at a creation. We might think outside that box and make it a little bit differently, but we get to the same spot. So their favorite subject would be woodshop, and this person would probably be very nice. They would be the first person to give their last dollar to an individual that needs it. They would probably rock a nice little purple hoodie here and there. Maybe skateboards. I don't know. But just kind of like that, kind of describe the person and their personality. But they would definitely be, I would say, shy at first. Very helpful. Would go ahead and give their final dollar to whoever needs it. Their favorite subject would be woodshop because they are creators and they think outside the box.
I love that so much. I think that's an awesome answer, man. It really shows the depth of MVE. You know what I mean, and what you guys are about, and just creating. I love that. I love that. So, with that being said, man, I feel like SIB is gonna be that transfer student that transfers from another school. Listen, SIB is gonna be the transfer student that transfers from another school and go straight to the varsity team, bro. Straight to the varsity team. And straight to the varsity team to put up them numbers, man. Really get it going. Put on for where they coming from. And I think our favorite
business.
It have to be Jim. It have to be Jim. It'd have to be Jim because we came to ball, my baby. We came to ball, man. You know what I mean? So that would have to be our extracurricular activity, man, for real.
I think you really described that perfectly, because just like in Brawlhalla, you guys just broke into the scene. Like literally, I saw you guys one day and then boom, you guys were huge. Just like you said, hundreds of people, also top placements, like all of that stuff, not only in multiple regions as well, not just one. So like, I would 100% agree with you. The transfer student that just comes in on the varsity team immediately, their favorite subject is gym. Why? Because you guys put up them numbers.
And this is why I say a transfer student too, because when we first joined the Brawlhalla scene, nobody took us serious. Oh, we got so much hate. Oh, I have screenshots of the people who told me you're gonna fail. SIB's gonna fail within a year. And when you transfer to a new school, everybody has to get used to you. They're like, oh, he's from another school. We're not gonna like him. He's not gonna be cool. So the whole transfer thing is just like the whole transition for us as well. You know what I mean? It's like, when we first joined the community, nobody believed in us. Now we're in the game dropping points, and they have no choice but to believe in us now. So that was my whole aspect of it.
No, you got it. You hit the nail on the head. I like that. Yeah, no, I like that. Man, I hope no other esports leaders heard that question because they gonna be thinking about it.
Hey, listen, one thing about the varsity team is you always need a starting five, man. SIB can't do it on their own, man. They can't win the game. At the end, the game is built, that the game point, our end goal is to build our relationship with Brawlhalla, but you need a team, bro. SIB can't do it by themselves, man. That's all I'm saying, bro. Now, we don't all have to be transfer students, but we can some of us can be homegrown and come balling out, man. That's all I'm saying.
Man, loved it. Great answers. Carlito, I've genuinely loved having you here on this podcast today.
Thank you.
The answers have been immaculate and full of detail, and I really do think, like, if I were an outsider listening to this podcast and really had no clue what SIB was about or what it was, I think by now I would know exactly what you guys stand for, how you guys came to be, what you guys are currently doing, what you guys have done, and honestly, who you guys feel you guys are as an esports organization. So very detailed. Now, before we head on out of here, anything else you would like to add or once again highlight about SIB or you?
Just one more thing. It's not about me. It's about SIB, of course. It's never about me, bro. Never. I'm sorry. But I just want everybody at home to be on the lookout for SIB's first official Kung Foot League. We are trying to make this major, guys. We want major prize pools for Kung Foot. That's something else that can help us build the esports community. Of course, we watch 1v1s, 1v2s, but what if we had Kung Foot majors? What if we had Brawl Ball majors? You know what I mean? What if we had Brawl majors? So everybody, please, man, we're looking to make this Kung Foot League huge. We've got the other organizations involved. The other organizations are going to have their own Kung Foot tournament. It's all going to be under the same league, but each tournament will be sponsored by a different organization. It'll be that org's theme, that org's logos, and all that. And each one is going to be a qualifier. So the top 3 people from each qualifier will be qualified to get to the major. The major is going to be a $500 prize pool. Each qualifier tournament will be a $100 prize pool. Teams of 3 and a coach, so 3v3 with your coach. And this is something that we're really just trying to make huge for the community, man. So everybody get your Kung Foot team together. Get over to the SIB Discord. Sign up. We have July 22nd is going to be our first one. It's just going to be a scrimmage. It's just going to be like a practice run to see what we'll need to do to make sure that each organization's tournament runs the best. Shout out to VolxUp, man. They are going to have the first official qualifier. So I'm so excited for that, man. I shot the idea to Parapod. He loved it. Didn't say so. Man, listen, guys. We're trying to make this Kung Foot League huge, man. We wanted to be able to have $1,000 prize pools. I don't know if you guys at home know, but there's a whole community of people that play Kung Foot and don't even play ranked. They don't play competitive at all. They literally sign on Brawlhalla just to play Kung Foot, bro. I didn't know. And then I'm like, well, and then it's like, we have Global Breakout is putting out beautiful tournaments with their Imperium team. We have Kingdom Org is linking up with Lost Tribe, and they're putting out beautiful prize pools, amazing, beautiful tournaments. And, it's like just 1v1, 2v2. So I'm like, nah, we got to go a different route. You know what I mean? Let them put out these beautiful tournaments for the community. Let Luna join and win every single tournament and not let anybody else win. We're going to go this route. We're going to go the Kung Foot route because we've always been based around the community, man. So, we're trying to get 200 attendees, you know what I mean? 50 teams to compete and really make this a major thing. So everybody, please be on the lookout for the SIB Kung Foot League. It's going to be amazing, man. You guys are going to see us up there on the big stream soon, man. Just wait for it.
Oh, yeah. All right, Carly.
That's about it for me, man. Thank you so much, Parapod, for having me. Like I said, I love this idea, bro. I can't wait to look out for the rest of the podcast. All of our live viewers who are tapped in right now, checking us out, thank you so much. We couldn't do this without y'all. And again, Parapod, thank you so much for having me, man, for real.
Yeah, thank you so much, Carlito, for being on here to talk about SIB. Once again, I think your answers were immaculate, full of very good details, and anyone, that is listening out there, even in the future, is definitely going to know what SIB is for. But if you guys want to go ahead and check them out yourself, for those of you guys that are here live, let me pull this up right here. This is their Twitter page at esports_SIB. Those of you guys that are listening on just voice, the Twitter is at esports_SIB. Go ahead and check them out there because there is a link tree. On that link tree, you can go ahead and check out their Discord, anything else, merch, all that good stuff. So once again, SIB, that Twitter at esports_SIB. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's podcast. It has been a phenomenal one. We will be back next Sunday. I can't tell you which org will be here next Sunday, but there will be another org here.
Oh, let's go. Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah, we look forward to really getting every org on here. That way they can once again explain who they are, what they do, and every single detail about their org, because I want there not to be any more misconceptions in the community of, well, what does this org do? What do they stand for? I want you guys to be educated. I want you guys to know all the details and really know what organizations are in Brawlhalla and honestly the amazing things that they're doing. So
Yes.
With that being said, that's going to be it for today. Carlitos, anything else?
Man, I love Brawlhalla, bruh. That's it. That's all I got to say.
That's it. All right, guys. You guys have watched VolxUp. Catch this podcast. It will be posted tonight. There will be a tweet made out on the MVE Twitter, just kind of linking you guys to the Amazon podcast, the Apple Music, and then the Spotify as well. And then once again, you can rewatch it here on this YouTube channel, but it will be on all of those different platforms. And of course, if you get that question from anyone out there, what is or who is SIB? Send them that link. Anyways, you guys have been watching VolxUp. Thank you guys so much. Wherever you are, whatever you do, aim to do good.
I like that. That was fire. That was fire. Aim to do good.